Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will going to be discuss about the Spring Boot, and today we are starting the Spring Boot series where we will going to be discuss the entire Spring Boot, what Spring Boot is and its internal working and its hands-on as well. So stay tuned with us to get into the Spring Boot and you will get better job in the Spring Boot. As you know, Spring Boot is a widely used frameworks in both fintech and top companies. So yeah, it's built on the top of the framework, as you know. I will going to be discuss on that, but prerequisite is you must have know the Java. Java is the programming language used for the Spring Boot. Okay, so let's talk about the what exactly Spring Boot is. So Spring Boot is a open source Java framework built on the top of the framework that help us to build standalone production ready RESTful web application quickly and the minimal configuration. So this is the important, as you can see the diagram. It's built on the top of the spring, means you will get the all spring configuration as well as spring specialties in the Spring Boot application as well, but you will get extra in Spring Boot. It's help us a lot thing. We're going to discuss that in next point, but as of now, you must have to understand, you must have to remember, Spring Boot is built in on the top of the Spring frameworks and it's open source Java frameworks built on the top of the Spring framework. It's a extension of the Spring. Okay, and it's help us to build quickly REST API microservices and with the minimal configuration. You don't have to write too much code and too much thing to write the microservices and REST API. So this is the what we can say, this is the basic definition of the Spring Boot. So let's talk about the why Spring Boot, why we need the Spring Boot, we have the spring and why we need the Spring Boot. So okay, first point is the development as I written over here. So okay, so development. So in the Spring Boot, it simplify the Spring Boot development. So in Spring, we have too much thing. We have to write too much code. In Spring Boot, you just work on the annotation which will like this. So based on the annotation, you will going to be uh, remove lot of codes. As you can see, I written the second is a minimum code. You don't have to write too much code. It says that reduce the boiler code for the configuration. It help us with minimum code. Okay, and third one is the Tomcat servers. In Spring Boot, we got the Tomcat servers, embedded Tomcat server, which help us to write code, scan properly the everything in the internal. I will let you know later on, but now Tomcat server is a embedded server which needs to run Spring Boot application. It's boot on the Tomcat server so that it's helpful for us. And in Spring we don't have Tomcat server. It means that you have to configure that Tomcat servers. You need to write lot of code for that. In Spring Boot it embedded, so you don't need to write code and configure that Tomcat server for that. Okay, next thing is the enabled microservices. So you must heard about the microservices. And microservices is something you have the multiple services and it's enabled. Spring Boot enabled microservices as well. Next is easy to configuration. As I already said, you don't have to write too much code, even minimal code. You have to write little bit code for the configuration of any. Let's see, you wanted to be connect with the database, and then Redis. any other external services as well. You just have to give the, what we can say, just have give the endpoint of that endpoint of that service, so that you can directly configure. Okay, next thing is the key features of the Spring Boot. Okay, so let's talk about the what is the key features. Like I already told you, auto configuration, starter dependency. Then we have the embedded server. Uh, as you guys know, embedded servers, starter dependency, embedded server. We have the actuators as well. You might know the actuator. I will let you know what exactly actuator is. Actuator is something that which you will get to know about the health of your services. Let's see, you have connected the database in your Spring Boot application, so that you wanted to get to know about that particular database, whether it is running, fails, and anything. So based on that, you don't have to write too much code for to write the check the health, then matrix of that, how much time how much it's run, how much it consume. So actuator do all of these things for you. Okay, so it's very important. It's help for monitoring and management of the services. Then we have the extendable configuration. You can extend the configuration as well. We have the production ready configuration as well. We also got the lot of dev tools as well for the development, like uh, some uh, some tool like just like some starter dependency, some others thing as well, some testing on configuration as well. And it's very easy to test, very easy to understand as well. Okay, let's start talk about the advantage of the Spring Boot. Spring Boot is the fast for the development. You know, we don't have to write too much code, so it's fast the development, lets configuration, easy to handle dependency. What exactly dependency? As you are from the CS background, you must know the dependency. For writing the any service or any codes, we have some dependency. Using that code, we only write some connections, based on that we do we wanted to do. So that's called the dependency. And managing the dependency, we for the each dependency we have the version like v1, v2, v3. So Spring Boot manage that automatically for you. You don't worry about that. Okay, next thing, build in production features. Some production feature we have like Java for the production. So it's easy for the development. We enable the microservices and clouds. It's important because when you are user, you are building some e-commerce website, that time you must need the microservice, and it's Spring Boot enabled that thing. And large ecosystem, as you know, 90% of banking sector is unique the Spring Boot and Java. So large ecosystem, you will get the too much support from the community as well. It's long big community. Okay, and this is the advantage and overall about the Spring Boot. What exactly Spring Boot is, we'll cover the lot of thing in next video. But as of now, we talk about the definition of the Spring Boot. You must know that. Then why we are going to use the Spring Boot, we also talk about that. Then what are the key features in the Spring Boot and advantage of the Spring Boot. And one more thing, what is the difference between the Spring and Spring Boot. So in that case, you have to tell the key features, and all these key features is not present in the Spring framework, so that you can tell them. In Spring Boot we have the auto configuration, starter dependency, embedded server, actuators, then external configuration, dev tool, and easy to test. All of these thing is not present in Spring. So that's the difference between the Spring Boot and Spring. Okay, so got the thing. Okay, next, user or interviewer may ask you the real time application or real time example of the Spring Boot. So you just tell them e-commerce, banking systems, and many modes. Because why this is the perfect example for the Java Spring Boot, because in e-commerce website you will find a lot of micro services like orders, menu, then warehouse, different microservices. In banking also we have the different microservices like payment. Then we also have the payment check, then we also have the external banking, then onboarding user, then UPI generation. All of these things is a microservices, and these are the best example of the Spring Boot application. Okay, so yeah, that this is the, yeah, that's it for the today.